Iowa, UConn. The great matchup. Caitlin Clark going against UConn's Paige Bueckers. I'll tell you, this has been a spectacular season. Caitlin Clark earlier today named the Player of the Year for the second year in a row by the Associated Press. She's got the U.S. patent on dribble left, pull up, step back, hit the three-pointer. Anytime she goes left, the ball probably is going in. I mean, she is just spectacular and no fear. We'll take shots from the next area code. It's absolutely amazing how gifted she is. Iowa, the most surprising thing to me, it's just not Caitlin Clark against the world, John. Their bigs run the floor, get open on breaks, make backdoor passes. This team, despite a superstar, unbelievably unselfish with the passing game. And what they did wore down LSU and Angel Reese, and they finally put them away. And it was not just Caitlin Clark. Granted, she scored 41. It was everything else around her because they just kept getting baskets. UConn, this is a spectacular story. That's a great coach, Gino Auriemma. 5 major injuries this season. The last one standing is Paige Bueckers. She's on the floor everywhere, does everything. You know, when you look at her statistic line, it'll say 21 points, 8 rebounds a game. It doesn't say anything about 3 assists per game. It doesn't say anything about 2 block shots per game. It doesn't say anything about just the playmaking ability. I mean, she's a great individual talent. She makes everybody around her involved in the offense. I just think that semifinal should really be the championship game. But since they don't re-bracket the teams, Caitlin and Paige are going to meet in the semifinals. The other semifinal is going to be a doozy. Dawn Staley was just named Coach of the Year this afternoon. South Carolina's Lady Gamecocks, they got talent. NC State's got bulk. They've come out of nowhere. That Lady Wolfpack team is pretty good, but obviously UConn, Iowa, Caitlin, Paige, the coaches, going to be fun.
I'm still like in awe of what I saw in the LSU Iowa game.
Yep.
That was incredible. I mean, it was like watching the Harlem Globetrotters. So the kinds of passes that Caitlin Clark was doing and, you know, kind of outlet down court right after the inbound pass. It was amazing. I mean, to see what she did in that game, I'm really looking forward to this, especially going up against this other star at UConn. Women's basketball has taken a huge leap up in terms of the skill, the entertainment value, and the capture of the nation's imagination.
Yeah, the media contracts for the next women's contract, because now they're their own separate entity. It's not hidden away in some backcourt on cable channel X.
Right.
I mean, it's fascinating what we've seen. The Iowa storyline to me is not just the superstar, it's the unselfishness of those players. That to me is stunning. So we got a great weekend of basketball. The women's semifinals Friday, men's semifinals on Saturday, and obviously women on Sunday, championship game, men on Monday night. We're going to watch a lot of hoops.
We are.
Our eyes are going to be falling out of our heads.
You know, Gabby Marshall's another player for Iowa who's sort of unsung. I mean, but she's a talented shooter as well. Yeah. I mean, she was hitting them in the last game.
I'm just so impressed with the unselfishness of Iowa. I mean, to think of Caitlin Clark as being a playmaker rather than just a shot maker, but she is. At least that's what we saw when they finally derailed and put away LSU.
Was it John Wooden or who was it that said that they thought watching women's basketball was more interesting because they were more with the fundamentals and there was a lot more passing going on? Was that Wooden?
That's beyond me.
Yeah, it was someone that said that. And
it's the first time in the history of Hacksaw that I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I stumped you. Well, you know, back in the day, I would watch women's basketball and I was like, oh, this is nice. But now,
it's must-see TV.
Now it's like legit. I mean, it's so fun to watch.
Okay,